Hey guys, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW video. Join us for our last pay-per-view of 2021 as we are now doing tables, ladders and chairs. As always, because of the way gimmick matches work, got one TLC match and then that's pretty much it. It's just your standard pay-per-view. First of all, I'd like to thank you all who for tuning in today. If you tuned in last week for the 1000th show, I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, it was nice to do some title changes during the midweek. Of course, really 2 days on, we now bring our SmackDown pay-per-view. Let me know what you thought of that particular episode. Let me know what you think of what goes down today in the comments section below. Any likes, dislikes, shares, subscriptions, all that are mostly deeply appreciated as well. And of course, don't forget to follow the lovely folk along at the Fantasy Bookers subreddit and the Dog Software forums. So I've got a rough idea of a few things I want to do for the Royal Rumble. I don't know who I want to win it just yet. But if you've got any suggestions, any ideas who you think deserves that Rumble win, and of course a championship match at WrestleMania, please don't hesitate to put your suggestion in the comments section and we'll certainly take a look into that. As I say, it's the most open it's been for a while. It'll certainly more than likely be someone new because obviously John Cena's won it twice. So, we shall commence. So, 50,288 fans in the Sefeco field. We start the show, of course, recapping what went down at the 1000th show. Of course, that match between Ricochet and Devitt, where Ricochet upset the odds and became the new World Heavyweight Champion. So hyping up, of course, the new match is tonight. And that got the show off to a strong start. It got the crowd hotter, and an A90 segment to begin our show. We kick in with that gimmick match, the TLC match, and it was the Monsters Amongst Men who defeated the Grand Metalik and Lindsay Dorado tag team and the Young Bucks in a TLC match in 1443 when Baron Corbin retrieved the championships. This was the fourth defence of the WWE tag team titles for the Monsters Among Men, one of our more dominant tag teams, and it does look like there's no team that really seems to be getting the best of them. I can see a 76 and a 71 rating. I think this type of match has probably seriously hampered them. But, you know, it's TLC, you have to do one sort of gimmick matches. And yeah, as I say, I thought just getting that out of the way early was probably the best step. I spot, not happy, not happy. I don't believe that for a moment, Nick. I don't believe that. A high spot does not play your strengths. Okay. After the matchup though, they've obviously retained, they feel dominant, and they decide to take out the Young Bucks with ladders, just demonstrating their point. Got the crowd hotter again with an A92 segment. Braun Strowman came across well, Nick Jackson underperforming. To say this is where we need to try and get some depth into the tag division, or you're constantly just going to get the same tag teams all the time. Next up, we've got a debut coming, of course, Dynastia, or Dynastia, however you want to pronounce it. If anybody's got an idea, let me know. Come up from Lucha Underground. So we're just typing him up before this match. The C-56. Match itself was about to have decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, as we saw Zack Sabre Jr. defend and retain the Cruiserweight Championship against Flamita, Istvinge. Brian Kendrick would just use his one appearance in this particular match, Dynastia and Shane Strickland in 12-11 when Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Brian Kendrick with a senior stretch. Fifth defence of the Cruiserweight Championship for Zack Sabre Jr. His performance far better than anyone else's. Kendrick's the worst. The B82 is good there. You can see there a variety level of performance with Zack Sabre peaking at an 88. Few skill improvements. But overall, a decent showcase of some of the wrestlers we've got in the Cruiserweight division. Next up, we're promoting Akam to C64. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to put him forward as a face or a heel, but I'm getting very annoyed with Razar constantly going on MMA fights, so Akam is going to get a solid push. So at the moment it's a baby face, but that may change to a heel down the line. He faces another guy that was brought in for a one-off, Alex Riley. Akam wins in 4:26 by pinfall. Good stage for him. C-58, Akam with a much better performance. Not a lot to add really, apart from it being the storytelling match of the day. We then cut into a hype video for Tezuka Naito. We are strongly going to push Naito going forward now. It's just a hype video to remember everyone, just exactly who he is, and that was a B79. That was good to see. His match is against AJ Styles. AJ cuts a promo just saying, I know you're back from Japan. This is our first time meeting in America. Disappointing that was only a B-73 because AJ's skill is Mike in this now because his in-ring is just gone. But the match was decent. Naito wins in 9:27 over AJ with a flying splash. B79. You can see there AJ with 64, Naito in 84. Declining physical ability is sadly hit AJ a lot more than it's hurt Naito so far. Naito is certainly on the way there. Then at the bout, they had some good wrestling and a decent reaction from our crowd as we had Rusev defeat King Neville in 14:06. This one, of course, Neville's been a wee cocky guy, kicking about with his muscle. Wade Barrett in the background, but a B80 here gives Rusev a bit of momentum, and yeah, just capped for being a short match. This, of course, left to Wade Barrett jumping in. And despite Rusev celebrating on Rusev Day, it was King Neville and Barrett who remain supreme. I just need to try and find someone to partner Rusev, and hopefully we can get a wee mini feud going here. Shame it's not for a championship, but I think there'll be some good chemistry between Rusev and Neville should that ever happen again in real life. Next up, promo Randy Orton over Johnny Gargano. He says Johnny Gargano was just a disgrace as United States champion, and Randy just wanted to take that. If I'm right in saying I don't think he's been US champion in Massive before. So just says nobody's going to sting the Viper. He's shown he's better than ever, and he's going to demonstrate that by retaining his championship. 889 promo. Match itself was spectacular. A good matchup that saw Randy Orton defeat Johnny Gargano in 1754 by pinfall with an RKO, following a distraction from the returning Murphy. Now it was Murphy who was champion before facing Johnny Gargano. Then Murphy got injured. So it's a first title defence for Randy. A92. Good performance, I'd say, from both guys. Storyline's getting a bit of heat. Randy will probably move on to someone else for Rumble. Gargano and Murphy will be kind of small feud going in to the Royal Rumble. And then obviously Murphy just decides the post-match beatdown carries on. B+86. No longer the best kept secret. People are well aware of who he is. Next up, promo by Sami Zayn on the Velveteen Dream. I decided just to have a big match up here, 6-man match for a #1 contendership, effectively. Seems to be a good way to book main event stars who are not in the championship match, but it keeps the main events fresh because you've got so many guys. So A92 for this one. Velveteen Dream with a spectacular over-the-top entrance for the 6-man. A couple of guys in it that may surprise you. And the match failed to deliver. Balls. But they had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. It was the Velveteen Dream who defeated Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Chris Hero, Kevin Owens and Adam Cole in 2050 when the Velveteen Dream defeated Chris Hero with a power line. Disappointing B+84, of course. Two former partners, Cesaro and Hero, in here. I thought I'd give them a good opportunity on the main stage, but you can see their skill-wise nowhere near, and sadly, that seems to have backfired. Negatives, a couple of declining physical abilities, just probably limited it because of the amount of workers in the match as well. So hopefully, our main event delivers. So Devitt cuts a promo hyping his match with Ricochet saying, "Fluke the last time. It's not going to happen again, and I'm going to make sure of it." And oh my word. So at least we've realised why it failed the last time. So the match on the 1000th episode was a 31-minute match. This was 24. And it seems we're making it a lesser timed match. They got a much better rating. So superb match. Ricochet does defeat Fergal Devitt in 24:11 with a standing shooting star press, making his first defence of the title. Both guys are 94. Ricochet's getting stale. That's good. We can change it up a bit, keep him fresh as champion. And an A-star 97. So a spectacular main event, much better than their match last week. No negatives. And we end the show with Ricochet celebrating to a B+. 88. Other factors that could help that Ricochet match, because the way the feud goes, and he's gained some more overness over that win in the last show, meaning can also help that way as well. So overall, A91, let down by, of course, using Kendrick too much and not using the type of boosts that we would have used in the last show, aka special set, celebrities and the like. But that happens overall, and a pretty weakish co-main event considering the athletes involved. But I'm still happy. We're still in a pretty good place getting into the new year. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the year goes, because obviously the top two from last year certainly won't be there. If you remember, that was both the Usos, so yeah, they won't be there. Nothing really directly affecting us there apart from Kendrick and Riley are gone. Fantastic reviews for the show. Selena Vega is still a manager, that's cool. 47.14 on the network, and Naito likes the Sphinge, or however we pronounce his name. So a pretty quick show, but yeah, it's just done its job. Momentum's up to 69 again, so it's up to me to just keep hammering in good shows to get that momentum back to where it should be. I'm going to stick with NXT and the Women's Revolution in the same day. So instead of the Women's Revolution show just having 5k people want to watch, for some reason, despite both being B shows, 20,000 people are quite happy to tune in. So I've got free attendances of 20 grand a week, 20,000 people. So I'm fully delighted with that. But financially solid, as I say, 16 million profit. Will probably drop a good bit because of obviously we need to pay debts at the end of the month. So we'll see. Show costs are obviously a lot higher than usual because of what we've paid. So we'll probably make a lesser profit than usual. But still, good position. And yeah, let's see what swerves happen in the next week. May you join us next time for the reward ceremony, effectively, and find out who the top 500 workers are in the wrestling world as we head into 2022. So, cheers for watching, much appreciated. And yeah, let us know what you think, and hopefully I'll see you for that next episode as we start a new year and we head on to WrestleMania number, drumroll please, 38. Wow. See you next week. Bye bye.